Robert Redford is an analyst at the American Literary Historical Society, a discreet CIA front. His job and that of his co-workers is to analyze all manner of printed matter and feed it into computers to find patterns, information, ideas the government can use. In just 15 minutes, 3 Days of the Condor introduces us to Redford and his co-workers very efficiently. So when the first big turn comes, we feel we know these people and understand what Redford feels when the building is hit by a group of assassins led by Max von Sydow. The killers don't know at first that Redford has slipped away. He calls the panic office, the folks in charge, and he gets instructions about what to do so they can bring him into safety. But things don't go as expected, and von Sydow is closing in. One of the best of the 70s post-Watergate paranoid thrillers, 3 Days of the Condor was directed by Sidney Pollack, director of The Way We Were, Tootsie, and Out of Africa. The screenplay was by Lorenzo Semple Jr., who wrote the King Kong remake and the Batman TV show, and David Rayfield. Condor is beautifully paced. It keeps rolling along without feeling rushed. We have plenty of character details so we know what everyone is thinking. The one exception is Cliff Robertson, a CIA manager who keeps everything close to the vest. Is he in on the conspiracy, or just locked in a bureaucrat mindset? In Redford, we see a reader, a thinker who uses his brain to fight back against the unseen forces of evil. Condor demonstrates his smarts early on using something he learned from a Dick Tracy comic book. Being a Hollywood thriller, of course, this bookworm is able to handle himself in a fight, too. He's too old to be playing the young whippersnapper tooling around New York on a motorcycle, but once he's on the run, he's perfectly acceptable as a resourceful man, trying to survive. When he meets up with Faye Dunaway, we know where this is going, especially when she becomes that eternal Hollywood cliche, the uptight ice princess who just needs to get laid. But Dunaway manages to make even her seem believable. There's a nice sense of the workings of an office of wonks. Do people still use the term wonks? Well, I do. The seemingly nice old lady at the front desk who types up letters has a gun in her top drawer. The guys upstairs, you feel they would go on and on about the intricacies of espionage and foreign policy, even if they weren't paid. How many times did John Houseman play the evil paternal white guy in the 70s? The Paper Chase film and successful TV show that went on for several years, Rollerball, St. Ives. Max von Sydow creates one of the great movie villains. He's an expert. He's paid to do a job, and he does it coldly. It's all business to him. When he asks someone to step away from a window, he turns the screws on his character. He's a gentleman, but he's doing deadly work. In other circumstances, he and Redford could be friends. Not great friends, but friends, which is an element in the best movie villains. Late in the story, he does something that shows his true nature, his true dimensions. And no, he doesn't join the good guys. But this is all Redford's show, his showcase. He's not a partner like in The Sting or Butch Cassidy the Sundance Kid or Sneakers, but the ultimate movie star who is also a pretty good actor. He'd be remembered as a director or a big booster of independent film, but forgetting all that, here you can see how he could hold an audience for 2 hours, and not just on his looks. Almost as much as in All Is Lost, we follow this man as if we're right there with him, trying to put together the pieces of who is after him, why they want him dead, and if he can trust anyone ever again. We really get inside this protagonist's skin, which is the key to a good thriller. Owen Roizman, who shot The French Connection and The Exorcist, shows he was unmatched in capturing the sense of the city, especially New York, in all its grit and rain. The visuals keep 3 Days of the Condor vivid even today, an engrossing thriller about the cold, wet, paranoid days of the post-Watergate 70s. Thanks for stopping by, and come by again some night.